For safety, please remain seated at all times and make sure that your hands and your feet are all the way inside of the boat. As a courtesy to others, please refrain from eating, drinking, smoking, and the use of flash photography. Thank you. Welcome aboard. My name is Jerry, and I'll be your guide on our cruise across the land to the future of agriculture. Our journey starts here with seeds ready to be planted and nurtured by the land. Feeding the world depends on our ability to work with the land and turn today's seeds into tomorrow's harvest. The land is our partner, and we should listen to what it can teach us. The drama of plant life starts with the seed, but that's only the beginning. From seeds go plants, the Earth's own natural factories, providing us with grains, fruits, and vegetables. Long ago, people gathered their food wherever they could find it. Today's farmers grow their own crops in many different environments. But those environments often present difficult challenges. So once again, it is important that we work with the land and listen. Once asked the same question about the wild American prairie. This land confronts settlers with unpredictable weather, brush fires, and swarms of locusts and other pests. But the land was there, vast and fertile. With hard work, skill, and dedication, the prairie was transformed. Generations of family farmers learned to work with the land. Together, they grew the crops that would feed the nation. Let's look back now at the pioneering achievements of American farmers. Farmers are still listening and learning from the land. Research continues to provide us with better plant and animal production, as well as new insight into matching the right crops with the right environments. We use better machines and seeds, better fertilizers, and pest management. New technologies allow us to produce even more food per acre. But to meet the needs of the future, we must continue to study. The drought that hit much of the United States in 1988 proves that we still have a lot to learn. We're now entering a special part of Epcot Center. In this showcase, you'll see tropical and desert farms and other research facilities. Some of these plants have great potential for the future, and many of our crops are harvested and served in Epcot Center restaurants. To ensure year-round harvest, our growing areas are climate-controlled and fully enclosed. This provides us with a showcase for displaying some of the concepts, tools, and technologies that may shape tomorrow's farms. Because of the carefully controlled conditions, please keep your hands inside the boat at all times and refrain from touching the plants. Thank you. Crop selection is critical if farming is to succeed. Here in our tropical farm, coconuts are intercropped with cacao. Intercropping means growing 2 or more crops together to produce more food in less space. Tropical farms offer plenty of rainfall, strong sunshine, and mild temperatures year-round. Crops like papaya, sugarcane, and rice thrive in these conditions. Rice is one of 3 crops that supply nearly 80% of the world's food. It's an excellent grain to grow here because it thrives in many different tropical terrains, flooded areas, mountainsides, and even rocky terraces like these. Some other crops found in the tropics are pineapples, bananas, and vanilla beans. The many thousands of plants found in tropical rainforests can yield rich new crops for the future. That's why we must study the tropics carefully, to preserve these resources and learn to use them wisely. Agriculture includes aquaculture. Fish farming is one of our fastest growing food industries. In a small aqua cell like this one, we can produce tons of seafood crops. We select fish that will eat prepared food and be comfortable in crowded conditions. Tilapia is one of the best species of fish for aquaculture. Paddlefish may be ugly, but they're a source of cultured caviar. Catfish are becoming quite popular, and we're seeing more and more catfish farms. Most of the fish harvested from this aqua cell are served in our restaurants. In the aqua tubes, you can get a closer look at some of these fish. For conservation, we recondition our water by removing waste and adding oxygen. With this technology, aquaculture allows us to raise fish in the harshest of climates, even the sun-parched desert. Remember the hot, barren desert? Even here we can grow crops if we listen to the land. Delivering water to the roots of plants helps conserve water supplies. Computerized drip irrigation systems like ours may be used extensively in the future. However, such advanced systems aren't always needed. Plants with great farming potential already thrive in the desert. For example, fast-growing lucina trees provide shade and are a renewable source of wood. By planting drought-resistant crops such as sorghum, we retain valuable topsoil and grow important cereal and cattle feeds. This is a production greenhouse for the Walt Disney World restaurants. We don't supply everything our guests eat, but in this small area we do harvest tons of crops. With a controlled environment, we're able to use some unusual methods of producing healthy plants. Growing crops vertically saves a lot of space and makes the plants easy to inspect for pests and disease. Here we even grow our crops without soil. It's called hydroponics. The nutrients normally found in soil are dissolved in water and delivered to the plants. Here you see lettuce floating in this hydroponic solution. Each year, pests ruin at least 1/3 of all crops worldwide. What can we do about that using the land's own natural pest control? Here at Epcot Center, we use integrated pest management, the use of several pest control methods working together. For example, we release ladybugs in our growing areas. Ladybugs eat aphids, one of our most troublesome pests. We rotate our crops to avoid seasonal problems and plant disease-resistant plants such as peppers and eggplants. When needed, we carefully use pesticide spraying, an important tool for farmers around the world. As we move into the future, we'll still continue to rely on traditional farms, but we'll use new methods of agriculture too. Methods we're studying here at Epcot Center. We may even see crops grown on imaginative assembly lines. Space explorers will rely on plants not only for food, but to help recycle the oxygen and water they need. Here we're studying simulated lunar and Martian soil for crop production in outer space. The lunar soil was patterned after samples brought back by the Apollo astronauts, and the Martian soil was developed using information from the Viking missions. These growing systems are identical to the ones at the Kennedy Space Center. Together we're helping to pioneer space agriculture. Thousands of years, farmers have worked to breed superior crops. Now we're taking the process one step further by working directly with the genetic material inside plant cells. This new science of biotechnology has the potential to revolutionize agriculture. We may be able to help plants adapt to their environment, making them more resistant to drought, disease, and pests. We're developing more nutritious fruits and vegetables with naturally longer shelf lives. With concepts, tools, and technologies like these, we can build in our successful farming tradition. As we've seen, our future depends on our partnership with nature. The land still has much to teach us, and it's up to us to listen. If you'd like more detailed information about our growing areas, please visit Epcot Outreach, located in Communicore West. Here at the land, we have 2 additional attractions. The Kitchen Cabaret, to your right as you exit the boat, is a lighthearted look at good nutrition. On the upper level, the Harvest Theater features the movie Symbiosis, a dramatic look at our relationship to the land. Once again, for your safety, please remain seated and make sure that your hands and your feet are all the way inside of the boat until we come to a complete and final stop just beyond these brown railings. When the boat does come to a complete stop just past these brown railings, please gather all personal belongings